Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for episodes 9 and 10 for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Sure, I'm to leave a like, comment below, and let me know your thoughts on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And, of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, first things first, this is Love right here. Say hi. Say hi, Love. This is my mom's dog. She wanted to say hi to everyone. My dog is not wanting to be on camera right now, but she's all about the cuddles. But yeah, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the show is officially over. And look, Marvel has had a lot of television, right? And to say that their television is not as good as their movies is an understatement. As someone who has generally liked all of them, I love WandaVision. To me, is still my favorite live action of the live action TV shows. Loki speaks for itself, right? If there had to be a number 2, it would probably be that one. I liked Miss Marvel quite a bit. I enjoyed Echo last year. I like the What Ifs for the most part when they have done animation. I did like the What If. X-Men 97, another fantastic show. And so when we were going to this one, I mean, I was going to watch it anyway, right? Because I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. And I love the MCU. I have yet to miss a property. And as a nerd, I take a lot of pride in that I have yet to miss a property when it came to it, and I was definitely not going to miss Spider-Man for that matter. But then, the first 2 episodes came out. I was like, wow, that was really good. I kind of wish that was week to week. Then we got the next 3, and I was like, damn, I really wish that was week to week. Then the next one, I was like, it just kept progressing me. It got better and better and better. And then we get to these final 2, and I gotta say, as not just a Spider-Man fan, that really probably has a big part in it, is that I am a huge Spider-Man fan, and I'm also a huge MCU fan, and I'm just a huge Marvel fan in general, that I really do think, live action or not, this is the best show that Marvel has ever put out. And it really shows, because they already greenlit 2 more seasons. We're getting season 2 and we're getting season 3. And the first thing I want to get out of the way before we even dig into the show is that Marvel, Kevin Feige, Disney Plus, Bob Iger, whoever, heed my call. Go week to week for season 2. Because, man, as fun as it was watching 2 episodes and then going online for that week and, discussing it with the fellow Spidey fans. And then we get those next 3 discussing, and then we get the next 3. Let's progress it to 10 weeks in a row where we're just going through and theorizing. Because, man, these last 2 episodes, and the whole show for that matter, just knocked it out of the park every time. I mean, episode 9, wrapping up the Scorpion, who is obviously going to come back, having that fight within. And I even said to myself, too, I was like, man, if the black suit was around, this theme is very, very prominent throughout. And I do think we're going to get the black suit in season 2, especially with how the season ends overall. And that's going to be the constant struggle throughout, where, he's beating Scorpion to a pulp, and you're seeing everyone getting scared, like, oh my God, this guy, he's always so nice. He has the jokes. He beats the guys up, and then he just ties them up, and then he races for the cops. He's actually really trying to kill this person. And it's up to Lonnie Tombstone to actually show up and go, hey, man, this ain't right at all, and to stop him. And I was like, man, if the black suit was around, this is a good arc right here. And I think this is just a tad bit for what we're about to progress to in season 2, especially again with how the show ends. Really like what we did with Lonnie here. Again, overall, I still think his character progression was a little sped up. As for everyone else, like Nico, Harry, even Norman to a degree too. Norman, I honestly think might be my favorite character out of all of them, minus Peter, of course. Is, everyone was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, it's like a slow progression where you really understood. While Lonnie, I really do feel like we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. I feel like we just really skipped a little bit of the middle. I don't mind where he ends up within the show. I don't mind where he ends up at the end of episode 9, which was a really, really solid episode of how he was fighting the Scorpion, and how you see how he's invulnerable and all that. He doesn't feel pain. Again, in episode 10, he starts to get the peeling, and he's starting to turn into that color that we have come to know and love Tombstone to be. And it just really wish that we took a little bit more sweet time with it. I honestly would have minded if we would have gotten episode 9 and 10 and episode 2 to me personally. But again, it's a very minor problem when it comes to it. As for the fight scenes within episode 9 and episode 10 for that matter, very, very good. Again, really feels like you're reading the comic book, like what they do with the panels quite a bit with that. Again, all we already talked about what Spider-Man did with Scorpion, and then episode 10, how it really ties in to episode 1. You know, we've been talking about, like, who's the big bad of season 1? Is it Otto? Is it Norman? Are we going to get to the Green Goblin this season? Is it Scorpion? Hell, maybe it's Lonnie. We're doing a little bit of, you know, Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire, where we're spending some time with the good guy, spending some time with the bad guy, where we understand where both of them coming from. No! We were building up to episode 1 the whole entire time. That Venom creature comes out. Some of the goop comes out with episode 10. Doctor Strange is there. They're teaming up. They're having a nice little back and forth. Norman breaks out. He's mad at Peter because Peter is not just blindly following him. Again, just really, all of that was just really, really good to me. I had a great time with the action scenes within this. And again, with the dynamics of Peter and Norman, really makes a lot of sense. And again, with how Norman has become one of my favorite characters. You know, he goes to Otto and he's going there just to gloat. I won. I'm never begging to you. Because maybe as we progress within on, again, like, it just does so good with the finale because you're just already theorizing where you think the show is going to go, especially with a character like Norman, a character like Lonnie, a character like Pearl for that matter too. You're not just focused on, okay, I'm excited to see where Peter's going to go. I'm excited to see where Harry's going to go. But anyway, back to Norman, that, you know, he went there just to gloat because maybe he did regret, oh man, I cannot believe we had to let Otto go. He was so talented. He had all of these great ideas. Oh man, I got one better than him, and he's going to that jail cell just to make fun of him because that last zinger that Otto had before they pulled him away, it got to Norman. It got to Norman. Seeing the animation where he's just like, well, I would love to stay here, Otto, and you know, it's just one of those things where he's just trying to brush it off. But you could tell that he's hurt by it, and then he's going and he's speeding it up all the way through so that he can get to where episode 10 is, where episode 1 really is too. Oh, it's just so great. It's just so great. I'm just really curious to see, does end up teaming up with Otto, pulling him out of prison, having him work behind the scenes, and that's something that Peter is going to have to deal with as we slowly build to the Green Goblin, who I do think is the series enemy, not necessarily a season enemy. This is what we're building to until we get to the final season, which I really hope we get to. With these Spider-Man animated shows, they always have bad luck that we never get to see the ending, whether it be the 90s show. Maybe the 90s show wrapped up because Stan Lee was in that finale. But Spectacular Spider-Man, we never got it. A lot of these Spider-Man shows that, you know, when we do start to fall in love with it, they just cut it in half and we don't get that proper ending. I'm hoping with this show we do. But the other thing I really liked about this show as well, besides, you know, really progressing all the characters out, where again, we don't just care about Peter, we care about Nico. I'm really curious to see where she's going to. I don't really know her hero name, guys, so y'all gonna have to let me know. I heard she's part of the Runaways, but please explain Nico to me down in the comment section because I'm really infatuated by her. Harry starting the business. We're gonna see what all these other characters come in. It looks like I forget her name, but the girl who teams up with Daredevil at the end, that got a huge pop out of me. I was really excited about that. I'm excited to see where that dynamic is going. I wonder if we're going to see Strange again with how it just ties into the MCU is another aspect of this show that just really infatuates me. I mean, episode 10, how they were just like, that'd be kind of cool. While Peter and Strange are talking, let's just put the fucking Watcher up out there. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You just see him like, whoa! Like, now it ties into What If. Not only does it tie in, it's another universe, and you know, we kind of show that with the Sokovia Accords and with Cap and Tony, and now Peter is with Norman and all that. Yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, it's all tied into the MCU. Put the Watcher in there. Oh yeah, we got Matt Murdock as the Daredevil as well. It's just all of these different things that this show did where it just ties into the universe so seamless, whether it be a multiverse or not. Again, it just has me glowing. I'm just really, really glowing. Again, the only complaint really that I have that comes with the show, and doesn't really come within these 2 episodes because I really can't find a criticism to save my life because again, I think they just flowed so well. I mean, the suit that we come to know and love looks great as well. It's just Lonnie to me was a little sped up. But now that where we're at, and again, where we could potentially be going, which is really all I really want to talk about, Lonnie, he's going to join the Harry School, but now he runs the 110 because their old leader ditched them and ran out. Is he going to try to make a comeback? Is there going to be a little bit of a civil war between him and his old mentor, if you will? But, you know, he's going to be like one of those villains that has a good he has a code and all that, where we're not just going to hurt bad people. We're only going to attack bad companies. Very, very curious to see where we're going with the Lonnie character, even though, again, I do think he was a little bit sped up. Really curious to see where Pearl's going to go to. I really hope she becomes more of a character. I feel like if anyone got underutilized, it was a little bit of her. She's obviously going to be a prominent character moving forward. I mean, she's in the opening credits, for goodness sakes. But yeah, I'm really, really wanting to, I hunger a little bit more for her. I'm also hunger a little bit more for the other interns as well. One of them is staying with Osborn. Really curious to see how that plays in. And it was the cocky, arrogant one that we've seen throughout the whole entire way through. But the other two are going to join Harry. Really curious to see how that. I'm really curious how Norman's going to handle Harry starting his own business for that matter too. And seeing that father-son dynamic clash. I'm curious to see how the Norman and Peter dynamic's going to crash. It's the one that probably intrigues me the most out of all of them. I mean, Peter's dad is alive and is in jail? How the hell is that going to play into all of this? Does Peter find out? How does that fly into this whole entire show? I cannot really recall any runs, and I've read a lot of Spider-Man comics, but I cannot recall a run where one of his parents is alive and they do meet up. I really can't. I've seen some, I'm not sure if it was a cartoon or, you know, or an actual or a comic, but I have seen ones where Ben is still alive, but I've never seen where the parents are still alive. I'm sure they're out there. I probably just missed them. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how that flies in as well. Again, this season finale did absolutely great. It wrapped up the story. Okay, we took down the Scorpion. Okay, Lonnie is getting back on track. Norman is down on his luck. Otto is in jail. But it also does what a show should do. Get you hyped for the next season. A lot of shows these days, and you know, we could bring in like House of the Dragon season 2 for that matter. Totally different shows. I get that. But you know, I like season 2 for the most part, but I wouldn't argue with you. You say, hey, it's all set up for season 3. This show right here, and again, I'm not saying Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is better than House of the Dragon season 2. Again, they're completely different shows and we enjoy them for different things. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man wrapped up the story that it did in season 1, but it also set up a lot of things that you can look forward to when it comes to season 2 that we are already guaranteed to get. So yeah, overall, guys, I just love the show. And I can't wait for season 2, and I really, really hope that they go week to week. If you haven't had a chance to see it, watch it. I know that's really like to say out there. I spoiled pretty much all of it after these 12 minutes, but watch this show. Spread this show too. Tell your friends to watch it. I'm definitely going to tell mine at work. I'm like, hey, y'all need to watch that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, man. It really ties in big time. It just sell like a mofo to get more viewership on this, because I want this to go past season 3. Unless 3 seasons they feel like that's their story. But you know, if they feel like they need 5 or 8 seasons, let's get the word out so we can guarantee that we get it, because I really, really want to see the story played all the way through. So yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I hope you loved it as much as I did. Leave a like if you made it this far within the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button, as we have a lot more content heading your way. We got Daredevil kicking up in a couple weeks. Really excited for that. The Monkey review should be out probably by Friday. We are covering Invincible 2. That review should be out by Friday as well. Maybe Thursday night. I'm not sure on that one yet. But yeah, if you're into wrestling too, we also cover that too. Elimination Chamber coming up, and then Mania is shortly after that. So hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.